Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Erin. For today's yoga class, other than your mat, I would recommend if you have any knee sensitivity, grabbing a cushion, or if you have a blanket that you can fold up, that will work too. And if you don't have either of those things, you can always just double up your mat when we come to poses like low lunge or in tabletop. For today's class, we are going to be focusing on our core. So we're going to be doing some different poses that will work our abs. So from there, let's go ahead and get started. You can start in a cross-legged position like I am in, or if you want to have your legs extended out in front of you, you're welcome to do that. Or if you want to be in a kneeling position, either way will work. We're going to start with our breath. So soften your gaze or close your eyes. And if it's comfortable for you, you can bring one hand to your chest and one hand to your stomach, sitting up nice and tall. And then breathing in and out through your nose. And while we're taking this time to settle in, you're welcome to set an intention for your practice today. It can be maybe just to get to the end of the practice, or maybe it's something personal. We'll take one more breath here. Together, breathing in through our nose, filling up, and then letting it go, exhaling through our nose. You'd have your eyes closed, softly blink your eyes open. And then let's start with some neck rolls. Bringing your right ear to your right shoulder, relaxing your left shoulder, and then slowly turning your chin towards your chest as you come to your next exhale, rolling your head all the way over to your left side, so left ear, left shoulder. Coming to your inhale, come up through center, and we'll do the other side. Again, make sure you're sitting up nice and tall here, lengthening through the crown of your head. Left ear, left shoulder, relaxing your right shoulder, slowly turning your chin towards your chest. As you come to your exhale, rolling all the way over to your right side, right ear, right shoulder. Next inhale brings you up through center. We're going to keep moving here. So we're going to start with some arm circles. So bringing your arms straight out in front of you with your palms facing each other. As you inhale, we'll bring your arms up overhead. As you exhale, flip your palms so they face out and slowly bring your arms down. Play with this here. Go with your range of motion. We'll do it 2 more times. Inhale, your arms forward. Flip your palms. Exhale, bring your arms back and around. Last time this way. Inhale, bringing them up. Flipping your palms out. Going the opposite way. Now we're going to reverse that. So bringing your arms up here and then flipping your arms out. So as you come down, the backs of your hands face each other. Do that 2 more times here. Exhale on the way down. Inhale on the way up. And then bring your hands down. Relax your shoulders here. Shake it out a little. As you come to your next inhale, bring your arms up overhead. We're going to come to side bend. So dropping your right arm down, grounding through your right hand, reaching over with your left arm, making sure you're not lifting up on your sit bones here as you reach over to your right side. Inhale, come up through center. Exhale, we'll go the other way to the left. Inhale, up through center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, up through center. Exhale, going to your left. Inhale, up through center. One more time each way. And then bringing your arms down, making sure we're still sitting up nice and tall. Bring your arms out to a T with your fingers pointed up towards the ceiling. We're going to do a rotation here. So inhale, lift up through your torso. As you come to your exhale, we're going to rotate to your right. So slowly rotating to your right, letting your eyes follow your right hand here, only going as far as it feels good for you. Then as you come to your exhale, come back around. And we'll go the other way. So rotating to our left. Inhale, lift up through your torso. Exhale, rotate to your left. Again, maybe your eye line follows your hand as you rotate to your left. Only going as far as it feels good for you. As you come to your next exhale, let's come back to center. Bring your arms down. And then let's transition here to a tabletop position. Welcome to grab your cushion here, or your blanket, or folding up your mat. Coming to our tabletop position, you want to make sure you have your hips in line with your knees. Your toes can be tucked or untucked, whichever one's more comfortable. And then your shoulders come in line with your wrist. We're going to start with some circles. So circling your body around, bringing your hips back towards your heels, and then bringing your shoulders over your fingertips. We're going to do it 3 times in one direction. Once you've completed 3, we will change directions. So going in the opposite way. And you can make your circles as big or as small as feels good for you. Once you've done 3 circles in the opposite direction, come back to stillness in your tabletop position. We're going to do a couple of cat-cows here. So coming to our cow, we are going to untuck our tailbone, so pointing your butt up, dropping your belly down, lifting up as you inhale through your chest and head so they're facing forward. And then as you exhale, coming through to your cat, tuck your tailbone, bring your belly button to your spine, round through your back, drop your head down. And then as you come through, inhaling to your cow, lifting your head and chest here. And then 1, coming back through to your cat. We're going to do that one more time, coming back to our cow, inhaling as you come to your cow pose. And then exhaling as you come to your final cat pose. And then coming back to your tabletop position. We're going to come to bird dog. So we're going to extend our right leg back behind us, tuck your toes. Make sure you got your core engaged, so bring your belly button to your spine here. And we're going to keep our toes down for this first time coming through. Now, making sure you're stabilizing through your right hand, pressing it down into your mat. As you come to your next inhale, slowly lift your left arm up, so you're extending it out. Look straight down so you have a nice long spine. And continue breathing here, maintaining your core muscles, stabilizing through there, which will help you balance in this pose. And then as you come to your next exhale, slowly lower everything back down, coming back to your tabletop position. Now we've got to do the other side. So extending your left leg out behind you, straight behind you, tuck your toes. Again, make sure your core muscles are engaged here, and then stabilizing through your left arm as you extend your right arm out in front of you. And then make sure you're not holding your breath, but you're continuing to breathe here. And then slowly, as you come to your next exhale, bring everything back to your tabletop position. And let's do a nice stretch here and puppy dog pose. So leaving your legs where they are, your hips right over your knees. We're just going to walk our hands out and slowly lower our head and our chest towards our mat. So going as far as it feels good for you. If it feels good to rest your forehead on your mat, go ahead and do that. Just make sure you're keeping your shoulders back and away from your ears. Taking a couple breaths here. And then on your next inhale, take your time, slowly lift your head up, and then slowly lower your body all the way down. So you are coming down onto your belly, and then slide your hands back, elbows coming back towards your ribs, and your fingertips coming right underneath your shoulders, setting up for cobra pose here. Bringing your forehead down onto your mat, pressing into the tops of your feet. Your tailbone should be tucked and pointed down toward your heels. Bring your elbows in, fingertips right underneath your shoulders here. As you come to your next inhale, we're going to slowly lift our head and our chest up, only coming up to a low cobra. Shoulders, bring them back and down away from your ears. Take a couple breaths here. And then as you come to your next exhale, slowly lower back down. Tuck your toes, push yourself up, and then push your hips up and back, coming to downward facing dog. You can bend through your knees to accommodate for any tightness you have. Then make sure you have your fingertips spread out wide. Your arms are about shoulder width apart here. Then just let your head hang, keeping your hips up and back. And then we're going to pedal. So bringing one heel down, bending one knee more so. So straightening one leg and then bending the other. Let's do that a couple times, pedaling it out. Coming to stillness, have a good bend through your knees, and then from here we're going to walk our hands to our feet. So take your time, walking your hands all the way to the back of your mat towards your feet. Take a moment to fold, and then pressing through your feet slowly, one vertebrae at a time, rolling yourself all the way up. Once you get your head up, bring your arms up overhead. As you come to your next exhale, hinge from your hips, fold forward. Always keeping a soft bend through your knees, or bending a little bit more if you need to. And then let's walk it back out to our downward facing dog, pushing your hips up and back. And then slowly shift forward, coming to plank pose. You're welcome to drop your knees down if that's more comfortable for you. Wherever you're at, we're going to all lower all the way down onto our bellies, setting up for cobra pose again. So untucking your toes. As you come to your next inhale, lifting up, maybe come up just a little bit higher in your cobra pose. Maybe you come into downward or upward facing dog with your thighs off the floor, shoulders back and away from your ears. Exhale, tuck your toes, and either push back to downward facing dog, or you're welcome to come to a tabletop position if that is easier for you. So choosing whichever position is easier. As you come to your next inhale, bring your right leg up and back. And then we're going to come bringing so if you're in your tabletop position, bring your right leg up and back, bend your knee, turn your knee out, and then you're going to bring your knee to elbow. If you're coming from downward dog, we're going to bring your leg up and back, bend your knee, shift forward, bringing your shoulders over your hands, bringing your elbow to your knee, and then come up and back. And then slowly bring your right foot forward to a low lunge. Make sure you get your foot flat with your knee tracked over your ankle. You can always use your leg for support. We're going to come on up. Engage your core muscles as you make your way up. And then you can have one arm for support, or if you feel comfortable, bring both arms up overhead. Your back foot can be tucked or untucked, whichever one works better for you. I always think when I have my foot tucked, it gives me a little bit more stabilization. Arms are overhead. From here, bring your arms out to a T, and then slowly rotate to your right. Again, you can turn your head to look back at your right hand if that feels comfortable for you. And then slowly, as you exhale, unwind. Bring your hands down, stepping your right foot back, coming to plank pose with either your knees down or up, and then slowly lowering all the way down to your belly, coming to cobra pose or upward facing dog pose, coming to tabletop or downward facing dog. Next inhale, left leg up and back. As you exhale, bring your left knee to the left elbow. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, bring your left foot through, coming back to low lunge. Make sure you get your left foot flat, knee tracked over ankle. As you come up, engage your core muscles. Bring your arms out to a T, and then we'll go to the left. Then maybe you look back at your left hand. Come to your next exhale, unwind. Hands come down. Bring your leg back behind you, then bring your big toes together. Leave some space between your knees. Bring your hips towards your heels. Come to child's pose, resting your forehead on your mat. Taking a couple breaths here. And the next inhale, slowly come back up to a tabletop position. Coming back to our bird dog. We're going to build a little bit more onto that pose. So grabbing your cushion or your blanket, whichever one you have, if you have any knee sensitivity. Coming to our bird dog pose, we want to make sure you have your core engaged, so bring your belly button to your spine. And then extend out your left leg. Now, you can play around with this. We're going to extend out our right arm. So maybe you lift your left leg up and maybe you just tap your foot down, or maybe you just leave it up. Or if you can come with me and bringing your knee to elbow, rounding through your spine as you do this, and then extending out. We'll do it 2 more times. Exhale as you come in. Inhale as you extend out. Last time. And then extend out. Hold it. As you come to your exhale, slowly release, coming back down. Now let's do the other side. So right leg is extended out. Again, make sure you have your belly button in towards your spine. Extend out your left arm. And then again, you can either play with lifting your leg or tapping it down. Or maybe you bring elbow to knee and extend out. And then slowly bring everything back down. We'll come back to our child's pose. Bring your big toes together. hips towards your heels. You can leave some space between your knees as you come all the way down. Taking a couple breaths here. Next inhale, slowly lift up and then come all the way onto your back, setting up for bridge pose. It's coming onto our backs with our knees bent and our feet flat on the floor, making sure that your feet are close to your body, that you can touch them with your fingertips, touch your heels with your fingertips. You're welcome to have your arms beside you, or you can bend your elbows for support, whichever one is more comfortable for you. Make sure your shoulders are down and away from your ears. When we come to our next inhale, we're just gonna push through our feet and lift our hips straight up. So ground your feet into your mat as you come to your next inhale. Hips come up, squeeze your glutes. Keep breathing here. And then as you come to your next exhale, we're going to slowly lower back down. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, hips up, squeeze your glutes. Keep breathing here as we're holding this pose. And then as you come to your next exhale, slowly lower back down. Last time. Inhale, hips up. Maybe you come up just a little bit higher this time. As we come to our next exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Great job. Let's bring our knees in to our chest. And shake it out a little. Setting our legs back down. Coming to a hip opener. We're going to do recline pigeon. So from here, bringing your left ankle to your right knee. Flaring out your left knee away from you. Flex through your foot. And then maybe you stay here. I'm already feeling the stretch in my hip. If you want to take it further, you can grab hold of your right thigh. Slowly bring your legs in towards your chest, making sure you keep both of your feet flexed. As you do bring your legs into your chest, make sure you're not lifting up your low back, so coming up too much here. Keep your low back on your mat. And then just keep breathing here and noticing any of the sensations that you're feeling. As you come to your next exhale, slowly lower your legs, unwind. Give a little pause and then let's move on to the other side. So right ankle, left knee, flex through your feet. Flare your right knee away from you. You can either stay here or grab hold of your left thigh. Slowly bring your legs in towards your chest, keeping both your feet flexed here. And keeping your lower back on your mat. Coming to your next exhale, slowly lower your legs down, unwind your legs. And then we're going to transition to sitting up. So either grabbing your legs, rocking yourself forward, or turning over on your side, pushing yourself up that way. Coming to staff pose. Bringing our legs out in front of us, sitting up on your sit bones. Sit up nice and tall. Flex through your feet so your toes are pointed back towards you. Coming to a forward fold. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge from your hips. Bring your arms to frame your legs here. Making sure you're nice and long through your spine. You don't need to hunch forward to grab your feet or anything. Just letting your hands frame your legs as you fold forward. And then maybe you grab hold of your shins, your ankles, or maybe you grab your feet. Whichever is in your wheelhouse. And using your hands for support as you come to your next inhale, walk yourself back to an upright position, and then come all the way down onto your mat. Coming in, setting up for a supine twist here. So bringing your arms out to a T and knees bent, feet flat on your mat. We're going to go to our right. So slightly lift your hips up just enough so that you can shift your hips all the way over to your left and then slowly come down on the right side of your hip. Bring your knees towards your chest, and then as you exhale, slowly bring your legs all the way down to the right. Trying to keep your legs as close to your arm as you can. You can leave your head to look up at the ceiling or slowly turn your head to the left if that feels good for you. And then slowly, if you turn your head, bring your head back to center. And then one leg at a time, come out of your twist. And then reposition yourself to your starting position with your back flat on your mat and your knees bent. Then we'll go to the other side. So press into your feet, lift your hips up slightly, shift all the way to your right this time, coming down on the right side of your hip. Bring your knees towards your chest and then slowly drop your legs all the way over to your left side this time. Again, your head can stay in a neutral position or you can slowly turn it to the right. Then slowly, if you turn your head, bring your head back to the neutral position. And one leg at a time, come back to your starting position. Bring your knees in towards your chest, give them a little hug. And then extend your legs out here, coming to our final pose in Shavasana. Make sure your shoulders are down and away from your ears, and your palms are facing up. You can have your eyes open or closed to finish out our practice here. I am going to sit up just to hold the space as you finish out your practice, but please continue laying down in Shavasana. I'm going to go quiet for the next few moments here just to give you space to let you relax. start to take a deeper breath in, and then making some small movements, wiggling your fingers and your toes, gradually making those movements a little bigger, maybe taking an overhead stretch, and then slowly bringing your knees in towards your chest, and then turning all the way over to your right side and using your hands for support. Taking your time, coming to an upright position. And then once you come to an upright position, bring your hands together in the center of your chest. Either soften your gaze or close your eyes. Come back to your intention that you had set at the beginning of your class. And then all together, let's take one nice deep breath in and out. Maybe you let it out as a sigh. Softly blinking your eyes open. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this practice. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.